Hey everybody, welcome. Seems Foodie Beauty has outed information that she shouldn't be outing, especially when she knows that it's just really the wrong thing to do. We got a lot of people in the back. Let me add you all right now. We got Natural Ginger. Hey there, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hello, guys.
Hey, how are you doing? We got Farida.
Okay.
Hi, Farida.
Hi, good morning.
Hi,
Morning. And we got
Farida.
Perfectly Imperfect. Hi there.
Hi, how is
Hi,
everybody?
perfectly. Hi.
Oh boy, I guess we all had to rush on here, right? I was waiting
I
for you, Monty.
I know. I was like, oh
Uh,
my God, I can't hold it in anymore.
Oh,
Go on, then you go first, Farida.
Oh, okay. First, hi, Erie's on. I'm sorry, I don't want to be.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
hey,
Hi, Natural. Hi,
Hi.
Farida. Hi,
Uh,
Perfectly Imperfect.
hi, Erie.
And hi, Monty.
yes, hi,
Hello.
Monty. yeah, the host. We can't forget about him. No, I just want to say, I've never been so. Oh my God, I was seething when I saw a clip on I think Just Saying's channel, just because obviously I can't watch Foodie Beauty. And when she outed her friend, it's first of all, how obvious. Like, why are you even saying my friend that this that you? Everybody knows who you're talking about. Like, she acts like she has a lot of friends, and we have to figure it out. Plus, she know obviously we know who it is, but how dare you? How dare you, Chantel? This person, you had beef with them before. You guys made your peace, right? We knew that they made their peace supposedly, and then it's not even that. She is she's not in a good situation. She's in the hospital. She's not doing well. You come on here and start talking like that about her. You horrible, vile, pathetic excuse of a person. How dare you do that? I mean, especially she's fragile. And how do we know she's not watching Chantel? Like, you're outing her and saying all these things about her. Oh, I'm too drained. I mean, what? That's why you have no friends, because you're a selfish empath. Yeah, right. That just cares about herself. If you have a friend, this is the time. Friends are not there just in the good times. When you have a real friend, is somebody there for you when you really need them. It's not just, you know what I mean? So if I had a friend that was in the hospital that needed my attention, I would drop everything and go be there for her whenever she needed me. Not go on whatever Facebook or whichever, and especially with Chantel, she has all these followers, and then out her and tell everybody what she's going through. Just such intimate, details that she shouldn't be talking about.
She's been waiting to do this forever. Did you guys see the look of satisfaction she
Yep.
had?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
smiling, holding back her
she
smile.
made it all about herself, and
Yep.
she's a disgusting human. You're trash, Foodie. And by the way, she recently tweeted saying, "Change my number, smiley kissy face." I'm gonna tell you what, Foodie, I'm waiting for Cracky to get a hold of your phone number. And then we'll know for sure that you're still in communication with him. You vile piece of fucking human garbage.
Yep. And by the way, Shannon did hear what Foodie said, because she tweeted it out. She was also on Beezer Beauty this morning. Only for like 5 minutes. Guys, it was heartbreaking. She like everybody, prayers out to Shannon. She is not in a good place. And I'm going to share a personal story now. I was where Shannon was 5 years ago. I was at a point in my life where I couldn't do it anymore. And I did what Shannon did. I went and sought help. And that was hard for me, because I am like Shannon. I am strong. I'm independent. And I did not know how to ask for help. I didn't know how to do it. It's why I got to the point I got to. I also have 2 children. And, it took a lot of time for me to find forgiveness in myself, what I put my kids through. But my kids tell me today, they thank me for what I did. So Shannon, if you are hearing this, you are going to get better. You are going to get stronger. Your life is going to be amazing. I promise you, because I was there. And 5 years later, I am so thankful that I got the help I needed. I am so thankful that I did it. And it was hard. And my kids are thankful that I did it. And guess what, Shannon? You're going to be better, and you're going to be stronger. And Chantal is still going to be vile and disgusting, living in filth, living in despair. We know this. So Shannon, you got this.
Well said. Well said.
Yes,
Chantal, all she wanted you to do was go and see her and hold her hand. That's all she wanted you to do. She didn't want your money or anything. And you have outed yourself again as a liar, because you said you'd forgiven her.
You guys know, this infuriates me. Let me just tell you a real quick story. So the last couple of weeks, I've been dealing with horrible tooth pain because of my teeth all breaking off from medication from the hospital. And then just a few days ago, my husband walked out in the hall, and we have concrete in our hallway, and there was a snake out there, and he went to avoid the snake and fell and cracked his head open. And
hear that.
I called the ambulance. He also has osteogenesis imperfecta, which is brittle bones. He's broken over 60 bones in his life. So I called the ambulance right away. He lost so much blood, had a brain bleed, and he's home now, but the last few days, let me tell you, with the pain from my teeth, and I've been on antibiotics. In fact, I'm done with them. They're still hurting. And my ears coming back because of the stress. I know how sometimes you just want to quit. You want to just give up. You want to say, I can't do it anymore. I'm in pain. I'm hurting. I got to do everything for him. He couldn't even stand. And to see somebody, you know what? My best friend lives in a completely different state than me, about 6 hours away from me, and was willing to stop everything and come to me. That's what my friend did. That's what a real friend would do. Yeah. And to think that she did this and treated her friend this way makes me sick to my stomach.
It's all made us all step back and go.
If you guys, a quick question. I'm sorry. You guys mentioned Shannon was on for a little bit. Did she say she's doing okay, or I just want to?
Yeah, she was on for like 5 minutes. She doesn't sound good. She's
not good.
Yeah, she's really going through it, but she said she's where she needs to be. And she said, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get through this. And
prayers for you, Shannon. Prayers for you.
Yeah, she's very strong. And here's my thing. You know, if she didn't want to go to the hospital, I get that. You know, I wouldn't be, it would be crappy, but she outed her. She went on the day that Shannon went to the hospital. She goes on her YouTube channel and puts it all out there. So, and I've seen people defending Foodie. You guys are just as vile and disgusting as she is. How dare you? How dare you? You can defend.
There's no defending that.
The thing is, she acts like she has. Like like you said, I didn't read the chat because it was just I was just obviously watching, and then she's saying, yeah, that's right, I'm operating with a half empty, something like that, right? Remember the line of half empty glass, like meaning she's drained herself. Like, what do you have going on? All you do is sit on your ass, eat, drink, Pete's, get me my Pete's. Like, what do you do? Absolutely nothing. Your life is, you're going to move to Montreal. Do what? You act like, new beginnings. It's not good for us here. What are you going to, even if you move to wherever you're going to move, it's going to be the same pathetic. You're going to dirty that other place up. You're going to probably, like everybody said, ruin Pete's credit if you really will, and he's a grown ass man. He should know already better, but whatever, to each his own. But like, what is it that you have going that is so busy? She always acts like she's so busy. Why would you not be able to go see your friend? It's not like you have a 9 to 5 or a job that, oh my God, I'm stressed. I have kids. I have this. I have that. You don't even pay your bills, for the love of God. What is it that's stopping you from seeing her? It's always about you. How you empath, like, God, it just disgusts me.
And let's not forget, this isn't the first time.
All Shannon ever wanted to do was help her. From the beginning, she tried to help her because she didn't like the way she was being treated. Foodie turned on her for that reason. Instead of coming back now and saying, I am so sorry, I can't be there right now, but I want to thank you. You were right all along. I would send her flowers. I would send her anything I could if I couldn't be there. And I would call her on the phone and check on her. Oh, it just infuriates me.
Honestly, she thinks she's the center of the world, because I saw her earlier going off about getting blocked or timed out, whatever, in someone else's channel, in S-Jams or someone's.
Oh, yeah. S-Jams.
The fact that she's pissed that, she got blocked, but she can't do it. She can do it to everyone else.
Well, she threatened to call somebody's work.
This isn't the first time
calling people's work. I'm so glad that everyone else felt the same when they came in, because I was just so mad. I can't listen to her for more than a few minutes, because I want to support the other channels, because I like listening to their opinions, but I can't listen to her voice for very long, because she pisses me off with the terrible things she says. And she doesn't know what real depression, how awful and low you feel, because if she did, you would never talk about someone like that. And I've felt that bad before. It is an awful feeling. And when you feel alone and you just want someone to talk to you, and then they go on fucking YouTube, and it's just made me so mad. I'm sorry.
By the way, I just want to say something just in case, because Chantel's gonna say pull the card about well, he did this to me, whatever. I don't know if you guys remember, Shannon had already mentioned that before in another time when she had another relationship. She was in a bad relationship before. Like this is before Nate or before everything. That she had said before that when she needed Chantel, she also wasn't there for her. Like it was the thing with Chantel is she is not there. It's all about her, and if it's something a little bit hard, like she has to give a little bit of herself, if you will. It's not even monetary things, just be there. She cannot handle it. It's all about her.
Exactly.
And this has already happened before. It's not like, oh, Nate, or oh, she did this to me. No, Shannon had mentioned before that she was in a relationship before, and Foodie was nowhere to be found when she needed her. She was in another bad relationship, and Foodie Beauty just never, she would not answer her calls, or I don't know if you guys remember this part, but I do remember her talking about that.
Can I remind everyone real quick also that this isn't the first time she has used Shannon's situation for her own channel, I guess you could say, when Shannon's father passed. Y'all remember how she made it about herself and how
took selfies. She took selfies at the funeral. Oh, absolutely. She forgave her then. And that's what Shannon said this morning. She said in her, I think on Twitter, I'm not sure. She said it somewhere. She said that she thought that they were good. She said when my dad died, Shannon even took her channel down. She apologized to Chantal, took her channel down. She's like, I thought we were good. And here's the thing. Chantal knew she couldn't go and take selfies in the hospital, right? So how was she going to make this about herself? This is how.
Right.
Chantal has one emotion, just one. It's called anger. She doesn't have compassion. She hasn't fear. She doesn't have anything. She's so angry at Monty right now because she thinks Monty is the one that outed her about paying for sex. And so she's so angry at him because she said she never said that. Yes, she did. I heard it with my own ears.
Remember.
And now she's scared because she found out it's illegal.
Well, I was watching Gary this morning. I didn't see the live, so I watched the replay. And he brought up a really good point, which sort of got me thinking. He says he doesn't know whether Chantal is really mentally ill, whether she's just evil after this. And I was thinking,
I agree.
You know what, Garrett? You're right.
Evil.
Yeah.
Because I've worked with a lot of mentally ill people and a lot of mentally disabled people, and I've been mentally ill myself. And we have compassion. We have feelings.
Exactly.
Yep.
She won't go get checked because she knows she won't get the result that she wants.
So what is it now?
She won't what she wants.
She's a manipulative, sociopathic bitch. Okay, I've dealt with people like her before that they want to make everything about themselves.
Yeah,
that they do harm to you, and then they try to play victims. That's exactly who Chantal is.
Yep. She's a teenager who can just use a cute little girly voice and get away with anything. No, you're an adult. You're older than so many people in this community, and you act like a 14-year-old.
Yeah, and guys, let's be honest. Like, we have all had friends or people in our lives who we feel have done us dirty, right? We all feel that way. I have an ex-husband, and I did things to him. He did things to me. About a month ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. You know what? All of that shite went away. And most people who have compassion, who have empathy, when they see somebody, even people who have done them wrong, you forget about that because you really see what's important. You really see this is an opportunity for Chantal to really see, like, all this crap, it's not important. This is what's important. Being there for people, loving people, nothing else.
At this moment, it's not about you, Chantal. It's about Sharon. And if you can just, Shannon, excuse me, if you can just see that.
Do you know how many times I felt sorry for Chantal? There were so many times I just, oh my gosh, I felt sorry for him. Was on her side.
Can I for 1 second just intervene? And I just want to remind everyone, if you are going through these type of ideations, please know that you are not alone. You can contact 988 from your phone for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Yeah, thank you, Erie. And get help. Don't be ashamed. We all go through. You hear all of us up here and you see the chat. We've all been there. Don't be ask for help. Ask for help.
And don't get me wrong, I don't feel.
She just wanted her to hold her hand, didn't she? That's all she did. And you had already sorted this beef out with Shannon, Chantal, hadn't you? You said that. And now you're saying, well, I'm not quite over it. She did the dirt. No, she didn't. She was a friend to you, and you didn't like what
she made it
did.
about herself. She had
exactly.
to, she remember when she said that line, and I apologize, I think I interrupted you. She said something to the effect of like, oh, I need to be in or something about her being in a psychiatric, her not being able to be there because she may need a psychiatric something like bed or something, or I don't remember. I don't know if you guys can help me out. She like something about, basically it was about her, like she can't,
I heard that.
She can't be there, or she can't see that, or whatever. You know what, suck it up and be there for your friend. It's enough being a vile, disgusting person that you are, and her family really needs to stop enabling her. Really, they need to stop enabling her, because when you enable somebody like that, it's horrible consequences. Because look at what we have.
That behavior.
They
kept bathing her until she turned into this kind of person who's so self-entitled.
Yeah.
I mean, did we not hear her say? She even talked about her mom and her aunt and how they're draining her.
Oh
yeah.
It sounds to me like Chantal is the drainer in this situation. Chantal, you're a freaking stage 5 clinger, and you are the neediest person I've ever seen online. Everything is about you. The world revolves around Chantal's ginormous flat pancake ass, and she makes everything about herself.
I honestly hope she does move so that she really is alone and doesn't have anyone else there to bother.
She has no one.
She has enough people that it's causing trouble for all of them, because Pete still lives there. I think he needs to be an adult and grow up. But like, if she just go get your own place, then you can live in your own filth and not bother anyone else. And hopefully it's a single place where there's no neighbors, because she just needs to get away from everyone.
I was saying that before about she's going to be moved somewhere and she's going to disrupt a new. There are some people out there who are going to have her for a new neighbor, and they're going to be fucked. Really.
It's also hilarious.
And also, I've got to say
this: an apartment with no credit.
Well, she needs peace, doesn't she? That's why she won't say what she really wants to say about him. That's why she
two apartments in his name, because she can't get her own place.
Yeah,
with all of that money that she makes.
Guys, you know what? She wants to move. Now, this is where I told you guys before, I worry more about Nader than I do her, because as bad as he is, she is like Jodi Arias. Trust me.
Well,
I can see it. It's clear as day. She's going there. She's going to stalk him, and he'll be lucky if he doesn't get Jodi Arias.
No, I think
he's not limber enough to be Jodi Arias.
They're all in on it.
Yeah, see, I think Chantal and Nader actually, and this is unpopular, they deserve each other, and they need to be. Somebody said, maybe it was Natural who said it. Like, I hope they stay together, because then they can keep other innocent people out of it. Like, these two people.
You know what? I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Look, Nader isn't innocent. Chantal isn't innocent, and Didi isn't innocent. All three of them are in on this bull crap that we have to be subjected to on a daily basis together for money, and that's it. Okay. My grandma had a saying, and this is not to get super religious, but I always remember this when I start to feel empathy for someone who doesn't deserve it. Pobrecito del diablo que perdió la gracia de Dios. And it's basically, feel sorry for the devil who lost the grace of God. Okay? I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for Chantal.
No,
Chantal,
I don't
you're a piece of shit.
By the way, I just want to say, I think Chantal should thank Monty for outing, because Now Nader could say, oh, wait a minute, I got only $700 for sleeping. Oh, she only paid me $500. Maybe I could call her so she could pay me more.
Yes.
I mean, he might say, hey, wait a minute, I could get more money from this woman.
That's right. And also, it wasn't Shannon that contacted Chantal, it was Shannon's mother. And I'm sure Shannon's mother has been in touch with Chantal's mother as well, because they all know each other. So what's Mrs. Mama Saralt thinking about this? I bet she's got on the phone to Chantal, and Chantal's now holding her arm's length, saying, you're draining me too much. Even my own mother's draining me with
her
questions.
Cats were even. Remember when she had said that she doesn't like needy? She was complaining one time about people being needy, and the cats, remember, even the cats were needy. She talks about herself being needy and she needs attention, but that even the cats are needy. I mean, it's like she's sick. She's sick. Like she's just disgusting.
Yeah, she is.
In every way possible. She doesn't care unless it involves her benefiting her in some way.
And this was done intentional, because I remember back when she went to the funeral, she talked about Shannon's kids. One of them is old, I think like 19. One of them's older than 18, and she was saying how this girl watches Foodie, so she knew that Shannon's daughter, and that might be how Shannon found out, was through her daughter, because I heard she did say her daughter even watches her channel.
No, I think probably a lot of people have got in touch. I don't know who's in contact with one another, but that is shocking. It really is. And just the other day on panel, it was either yesterday or the day before, you were with me, Perfectly Imperfect, and we were saying, look, Chantal's going to do something really bad, and it's going to be a rage and a wheelchair and a bitch and all this lot. Yeah. But she's going to do something a lot worse, right?
Can you imagine Shannon's mom?
I didn't expect this come out of left field here. Shannon's mother ringing her up, and then Chantal reacting like this. I can't.
Can you imagine how Shannon's mom must feel? Yeah, I mean, if I reached out to a friend of my daughter's and she did that, first of all, my heart would break for my daughter. It would just, I can't even tell you how mad I would be, but my heart would be breaking for my daughter that somebody treated her that way.
That's terrible.
She is so
absolutely
pathetic and lazy that she couldn't even call her friend. You don't have to go in person if you can't. That's what the phone's for. You could call her. I would have called her, text her, something, FaceTime, whatever you have to do just to contact them and make sure they're okay. And she was too lazy, too drained to even do that. You don't have to physically go there, even just showing that you care. But no, you go on YouTube and say, it's too much. I can't do that.
If it was too much, Chantal, why didn't you go with your mother? Why didn't you and your mum go and visit together?
Her own family has a passing. Her own family has difficulties, and she can't even go see her mom.
Well, oh my God, it is so bad.
Let me tell you, karma. That's all I'm going to karma for her. It will. It's just a matter of time. And I know people, I get it. I've been there too. Like, oh my God, YouTube, all this stuff that she's done, exposing herself, the vile things that she does. She got her channel back and she now thinks she's invincible and she could do whatever. She's high and mighty. But you know what? It will. Karma's going to be the biggest bitch that's going to get her. Let me tell you, it ain't going to be Dee, us talking about our reaction channels, anybody. It's going to be karma. Just wait till karma gets you.
She should not be allowed to get on this channel, on this platform, and promote such toxic behavior and talk about suicide and things like that in such a disgusting way, and just get away with all of this.
I reported her last night twice. I reported her for the show. I reported her once for the horrible talk she was doing about FFG and poor Ollie, for one thing, and then 20 minutes later I did it again when the Shannon thing came up.
Oh yeah, speaking of FFG, she didn't elaborate this time, the time when she was talking about Shannon. Before that, she was saying I don't care about FFG and her dog. She's just, you know what, even if you had issues with somebody. Like, just how do you say you're an empath? You moron. How do you say you're an empath or oh God, I can't even speak.
Babies, and that includes human and furry babies are off limits.
Like you can't, anybody that sees an animal like that, you always feel some type of emotion, even if you don't know FFG or you didn't like her, you would feel bad. Anybody would feel bad for the dog. Of course you do. If Chantel, okay, I don't like Chantel because she's a vile person, nothing to do with your weight. Okay. It's because you're a horrible person. But if your cat, something happened to your cat, I would feel terrible. I would feel horrible. I would feel bad. I mean, because the cat didn't, what did the cat do to anybody? Right? Like
you care more about the cat's life than she does.
But you know what? If you are normal people, don't have cats. If you had when you have pets, you don't ever even say that, oh, well, when the time comes, and you don't even think that far ahead because you don't want to go there. You don't want to even think about your babies, to ever something happen to them. But the fact that she even also says that,
she doesn't care. She treats them as props. She probably got them just to have some connection with whatever man she was currently living with. Because people who really care, I've worked at a vet hospital for years. And I don't currently work there anymore, but the years that I worked there was so hard to see people have to come in and say goodbye to their pets because they cared so much and they would try to do anything to help their pets. And when you have to tell them, I'm sorry, there's nothing more we can do, people who really care, you can tell. They don't joke and laugh about having to put your pet down. How do you say, oh, if her health declines when I want to go traveling, I'll just put her down if she's not doing as well as now.
No, she just wants to put her down so she don't have to take her
that's not
to a new
joke.
apartment.
No, it's not. Your cat, and by the way, home. Someone will take that
go
cat.
To heaven. Okay, pets go to heaven. So I'm just gonna say that.
Like those pets deserve so much better. And I've seen so many people that just treat their pets as a prop or as a status symbol, because people will go get pets, say, oh, I have this purebred whatever dog, it's so fancy, it's a pocket dog or whatever, and they just go and strut it around just to get attention. This is a living thing, and you're going to treat it as, oh, it's too much work, I'll just put them down.
I feel the same way you do, Mino. I worked as a veterinarian technician from 2004 through 2006. And part of the reason why I had to end up leaving that field was the euthanasia.
It's so hard.
Well, I can absolutely say thank you for working in that field whenever you did, because it is a job that I could never do. It is absolutely wonderful, and angels people who do that, and the people that are there taking care of the animals, and the people when they're all devastated that their beautiful babies having to be, it's horrible. And I think what really hurt FFG was she said that on the day that Chantel said she would have BBJ put down, if she wanted to go on holiday, it was the day that Ollie passed, and she was there fighting and crying, and her father was there, and she was going through the worst day of her life, and Chantel comes up with that, and FSG's like, what? And then later on in the stream, later on that night, Chantel was going, I don't care about having a fucking dog or something. I don't know whether
but you know what, Chantal, I'm going to tell you right now, people don't care about you. No one cares. Like, you're such an evil person that little by little, anyone who had even a sliver of empathy for you, it's starting to disappear. And here's why. Like someone said, I can't remember, it has absolutely zero to do with your weight. I could care less about that. Okay. It has everything to do with the person you choose to be. You are dark in the inside. Your soul is dark. There's no light to you. There is no light to you. Only someone who walks in their darkness could sit there and say, ha, someone's baby passed? Let me throw a jab at them. Ha, someone almost unalive themselves? Let me throw a jab at them. You, ma'am, are a piece of walking shit on earth, and you need to be flushed down the toilet like the piece of shit you are.
She won't lose a channel over it, though. I'm sorry to say.
I can't.
You know, she doesn't care what anybody says about her. She really doesn't. She in her head, and I'm telling you, we could all sit down with her and try to have a civil conversation and try to get her to understand why we feel the way we do. She'll never understand it because in her eyes, she's the most beautiful person. We are all jealous of her.
Oh, I don't think she actually believes herself when she says that.
She does. Oh, she does.
I think she says it for the camera, and then she gets super self-conscious later. And if, like, when she was at the food court, she kept looking around herself every time someone walked by or laughed because she thought they were talking about her. Every time. She tries to put on a facade that she thinks she's so great, and I know that self-insecurity. I've felt it before. She can hide it as much as she wants, but I know she feels it. When she gets off the camera, she eats her feelings. Even on the camera.
I have insecurities too, but you know what? If I'm going to go on camera, I'm going to try to look my best. Okay, every time, not just once in a while and think I'm impressing somebody, and then 5 minutes later bend over and show my butt and everything else. I don't understand the connection of wanting to be pretty and then not caring. Does she think that when she's pretty, we forget all the other stuff?
Probably.
And by the way, of course she has to pay these men because when she's like, you remember that she was at the food court, she's wearing that shirt that was not washed. Like she wore it again. It's probably like 14 days in a row wasn't washed. I mean, of course you got to pay these poor fellas because
she has a washing machine outside her bedroom. How is she so lazy? She can't even wash her t-shirt. She doesn't have she doesn't have soap for her clothes.
This is why she can't move. Like you are gonna move. You can barely, like somebody said in the chat, you can barely wipe your ass, and you think you're gonna move. By the way, you need sheets for everything. You can't even go get something from the fridge or something from a door, whatever. You always need sheets. So how is you're not gonna move? I mean, or
because what is she gonna do? Call him from next door and be like, "Come get my food."
You know she will. You know she will. That's why she wants the apartment right next to her. Like seriously, lady, the life you choose to live, and I say choose because you're making a choice out of this, right? You could, you're temporary. I'm going for walks. We know is temporary. You're only doing it because of what Dee Dee said. You're not doing it because you actually give a crap about yourself. You put yourself in that position that you're in right now. No matter the amount of filters that you put on yourself on camera, that I firmly believe you convinced yourself you look like that. At the end of the day, you're going to end up running into a mirror. And when you run into that mirror, you're going to crumble with the realization of the piece of shit you've become.
Can we talk about her purple diabetes feet?
Yes, I saw that.
Oh my God.
I didn't actually see them. Are they worse now than the last time we saw them?
Girls, she cured her diabetes. Don't go after. She cured her diabetes.
They're going to have to end up cutting off her foot or something. Like, does she
not
think that'll happen? They will amputate if it gets that bad. And if you don't do anything about it, they're going to have to take your whole leg. Like, that's a serious problem that could happen to her.
Well, she's surrounded. Look, she got rid of everybody who's in her life, Pete's and her stupid VIBs. And if you watch the chat, they are disgusting. They tell her to eat. They tell her she's losing weight. They are like, these people are really, I don't know who they are, but they're the lowest of the low.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They are bad.
They're literally, in my opinion, they're other dark energies. Dark attracts dark, right? And they're there because they're enjoying watching this. They don't care about you, girl. You convince yourself that they gave a fuck about you. Like, no shade, no nothing but reality. If you end up collapsing, what do you think they're going to do about it? They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to do nothing.
They're going to tell you
they can't do
something to happen.
By the way,
whether it's a car accident or her falling or hurting herself.
Yeah, and like you said, she I remember in previous chats when she was going through things, or like people were egging her on. They just want to see it's entertainment. It's a sick entertainment for them because they were like, oh, go order McDonald's, or let's do this. They were egging her on to do things like that she shouldn't be doing, or when she was going through, like, they don't care about you. You're just entertainment. They're bored. They turn on, it's $5, whatever it is they pay her a month just to see her, you know, like you said, it's just a sick. They don't care. They don't care.
Did anybody see her chat respond to what she said about?
Oh yeah,
Shannon, Ollie.
Yeah,
FFG.
they were encouraging her. They were supporting her. The things they were saying about Shannon is vile. They were saying she deserves it.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
That's the environment she encourages, that people are saying, oh, she deserves the harm that comes to her.
And the few that
Shannon, that's disgusting.
And the few
for speaking the truth and trying to help you, you stupid. Oh, sorry.
And like Raven said in the chat, she said, you know, if she collapses, they'll record it. Exactly. They're not. That's so true. Like if she falls down or something happens, it's just more entertainment. It's not like they really care, you know?
Yeah. And natural, the few that did speak out, she blocked them right away.
Oh yeah.
Right away.
Who did she?
Oh yeah, right away. She's like, "Oh, you're gone," making fun of their name. One of them,
so many people.
Yeah, one of them, whatever their name was, I forget. And she's like, "Oh, look at your name. You're stupid." I'm like, "Are you for real?"
She's so childish. I swear. I'm sorry. As a mom, I would be mortified if I knew my child was on camera doing stuff like that. I really
probably
would.
Is. She just won't say anything. She doesn't have a backbone. She's spoiled this monster for years.
Her mother didn't raise her. Her mother pushed her around. That's what happened with Chantal. And I don't, you know, I'm not going to go after moms, but her mother didn't raise her. Chantal said it herself. She was put on her aunt, her grandparents, babysitters. She was not raised. She wasn't. And you see it now.
Well, I'm just going to say it. If I had a daughter like Chantal, I'd probably do the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, she said she's acted this way since she was a teenager because she wanted to be rebellious and be her own person. But she can't function as an adult. So how is she going to be her own person?
She used to scream and cry when she wouldn't get food that she wanted, and
by the way, I'm really not trying to be mean. Like I don't want to go after her mom. It's not about going after her, but she's not
right.
You know, as everybody, you know, as old age is normal. It's going to happen. She's not going to always be there for you. You know how every time Chantal is in trouble, like last time, remember she said that financially they had to step in and help her. Her mom's not going to always be there, so. She's not going to have she already doesn't really have anybody. She's not going to have her mom to always run to, you know, she's going to be this lonely, old, vile person. She already doesn't have any friends, but like the very few, like her mother, she's not going to always be there. What are you going to do then when you don't have somebody to help you?
What if her mom had said to her when she was needing her, "Oh, honey, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I've been taking care of your ass for 38 years. Figure it out on your own."
Imagine how angry she would have been and how much rage she would have had on stream saying, "Oh, they don't care about me. They won't give me money. They don't love me."
I think that her mother did that when she was 15 and put her in the group home. And then I think her mum felt guilty because she's a mother and she would feel guilty. And probably as soon as she came out of the group home, she let her carry on with what she was doing.
Even as a parent, you have to set boundaries for your kids.
Yeah, you do.
You cannot just accept everything they do. It's like the people who say, "Oh, my child would never do this terrible thing in school. They're perfect at home. They would never do this. They would never bully or harm another student. That wouldn't happen." And then they grow up to do these terrible things and be these terrible people.
I think her mum did give her boundaries and I think her family did. I think she came from a good place, not perfect, but a good place. But I just don't ever think Chantal was capable or desirable in taking the lesson. And she would always, always fight against whatever she was taught.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see her mom trying. I could see everyone trying and her just having that personality where, I mean, we see it, right? She's 38 years old. We're witnessing everything. And she must have been a handful. I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm not going against Foodie's mom. Let's clarify that, right? Because as a mom, I don't do the whole mom shaming thing. We all deal with our own struggles when it comes to raising our children. And hey, it's not easy. It's not like you watch on TV and, "Oh, honey, time to brush your teeth and go to bed." "Oh, yes, mommy." It's not always like that. Okay?
Chantal's mother, I can guarantee, has cried buckets over Chantal. I really do think that. And I think she's...
believe that. I do believe you.
Yeah. And I think Chantal was definitely had oppositional defiance disorder when she was younger, which, if not treated properly, goes into something else when you're adult. But
she still has it.
Her mother, well, it usually goes into something more pathological later on. Mm-hmm. But her mother has tried, and putting her in that group home was a cry for help, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, it's not her parents' responsibilities. It's no one's responsibilities but her own. She's an adult.
And that's the part that irks me, Mino, because she sat there saying that it was too much, her mom and her aunt. And
imagine the trouble
those
her
are the
family went
people
through
that have
raising
been
her.
there for you. They have been there for you.
Yeah, she's the one. She says they're draining me. It's probably the complete opposite. When she needed money, we don't even know. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know their financial situation, but they may have tried to say, you know what, question her. Don't you make good money? Whatever it is, they may have tried to reason with her. We don't know. And she's probably like whining, like, oh, but and like, making up stupid shit. And they probably were drained from her. It's funny how she says that, but they're probably drained from her and finally give in. And that's what unfortunately, a lot of parents do. Okay, this one time. And, because just like with addicts, how they just keep going and going and go until they get what they want. It's draining until you put a stop to it and say, okay, I'm not going to love you to death. Meaning like in the literal sense. Yeah. I'm not going to keep enabling you and send you to an early grave, because that's what, her habits, the way she lives, everything. It's obviously, we all know it's not going well for her, and it won't end well for her. But unfortunately, she probably tries to make them feel bad and just all kinds of things. She uses manipulative tactics, I'm sure, until she gets what she wants. Obviously, we don't know.
Oh yeah.
In this instance, though, as a mom, can I just say real quick? In this instance, though, as a mom, since it was Shannon's mother who reached out to Chantal, right? And Shannon and Chantal have been friends since childhood. This would be one instance as a mom that I would be like, right, time to call my kid, because no, you're not going to do that to your friend, especially after her mom reached out to you in a moment of what I can only imagine would be, I could have lost my daughter and I'm heartbroken. You didn't just hurt Shannon, Chantal. You hurt Shannon's family.
Well, they might be. Maybe that's why Chantal is mad at her mom and aunt now. They might be like going after her and saying, Chantal, you need to be there. And that could very well be it.
I mean, Chantal is not good at anything but hurting other people. That is the only thing she is good at this point. Sitting down, causing harm to others, and eating. All she does is sit there and run her mouth and just contribute nothing. And when the time comes when she needs to fall back on whatever Canadian healthcare there is that she could get, that's all she's going to have.
I think her mom did try her best she could. She did put her in that facility. They tried. We can bash mom and grandma all we want, but at the end of the day, I think they did the best they could. We see Chantal. We see who she is as an adult who's independent. And she's choosing the life she has. She's choosing the words that come out of her mouth. She's choosing to interact the way she interacts with her audience. It's all a choice at this point. And the person she's chosen to be is a piece of shit.
Yeah, she's not a minor. She is not a dependent anymore. She is an adult who makes her own decisions. No matter what mental health issues or problems she has, she makes her decisions. And if she can't deal with the consequences, she needs to get off. She needs to stop. Because there will be consequences for her actions eventually.
Loneliness. What she's setting herself up for is a path of loneliness, Chantal. And you know what? You reap what you sow, or you whatever backwards.
That's why
I don't know.
She pays for people to come hang out with her. She literally is that alone, even living with another person. She has to pay for someone to come stay in her bedroom. And
You're
your
setting
friends
yourself,
online aren't real friends.
and
The
she's
internet,
young
YouTube is
now.
not your friend.
You're young now. You're kind of young now, kind of, because let's be honest, I just turned 40. We're not like super young, but we're not super old yet, you know?
This
The
is
thing
when you
is,
should be doing the things that you can do to enjoy your life, not sitting at home
and
raging at people on
creating
YouTube.
relationships that are valuable. Okay, relationships that aren't just about, you know,
surface level.
Right. You're pushing away every single person that gave a crap about you for what? For your 15 minutes of fame. Because she keeps on talking about everyone having, oh, that's your 15 minutes. This isn't forever, Chantal.
Yeah.
This YouTube
not
isn't going to be forever. Okay? Things don't last forever. Just like MySpace disappeared, one day YouTube's going to disappear. And what are you going to do then?
And at some point, they're going to come for her for all the adult content she keeps putting on here because they've done it before. They'll do it again. She thinks she can keep getting away with it, and just one day her channel's going to be gone. Her money's going to be gone. She's not going to have any friends or any family willing to help her. And then she'll be alone. And no matter what anyone says, she chose not to listen. She chose not to better herself as a person. And she has to live with those consequences.
Yeah, well, we see it now. She's 10 days out until payday. She's broke. She's got no money. And guys, do we see her going on dates? No. No, we
She's
don't.
at home burning food.
There you go. Yeah, she can't even order. So she's raging because she doesn't have the men that she pays for. She doesn't have the food that she gets delivered to her. So this is what we get, the rage, because she is in bad shape.
Shannon's tweets have been deleted from YouTube. They've been taken down, I should say.
Oh, really?
And I guarantee you it's because Chantal issued a threat of some sort. I'm going to say it now before it's outed. I guarantee you. Shannon, you have nothing to be ashamed of.
Hopefully she just took them down so that she can step away from it completely and not be involved anymore. But
they've been violated by Twitter rules. That's what it says.
Oh.
Why? Well, yeah.
Foodie reported it.
Chantal reported
on Twitter.
Chantal reported her 100%.
Foodie reported on top of it all.
Imagine being that person. Imagine being that terrible of a person that your friend who's going through these troubles, you're going to go and report her because she's telling the truth about how you treated her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just know that you have support here. We love you. We know your heart, and we're going to continue to pray for you. You just get strong. That's not a friend. You're not missing anything. That's not a friend.
Her phone number was doxed, so that's probably how Foodie managed. She got that taken down. I will say, in my personal opinion, not everyone else. I don't speak for everyone else. In my opinion, Shannon was not in the state of mind to even think about that. I don't think it was done with purpose. I think it was more of an emotional, how dare she? And I don't think she realized that information was included in the screenshots.
So that's why Chantal's changed her number. I see. Yeah.
And now we know.
Why? Just because I don't know. What did Shannon's tweets say that were? I mean, why were they taken down?
It was the conversation between her and Foodie.
A recent one.
Yes, I have all the screenshots. I'll put them on my community tab.
Apparently, Chantal's phone number was in the tweets, and man, that must suck to get doxxed your phone number on the internet, Chantal. Man, that would be terrible if you had done that to so many other people.
Yeah,
right.
She would never do that, would she?
She would never.
I tell you, I saw those tweets, and I never even clocked that Chantal's number was there. To tell you the truth,
because people already know it. I'm pretty sure the internet already knew it, and she never got around to changing it.
Was it like a confrontation because of Chantal talking about her, or is it was this before or after? You know,
it was on the 12th.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and crop out the phone number, and I'll send them to you, Monty, so you can display them if you'd like.
Chantal's reply was
okay, sure.
Horrible.
I'm seeing it right now. Yeah, you can crop them out. I was
she's
just
a horrible
doing the same
person.
thing.
It was terrible.
And now, if she hasn't lost her last friend, then she has now. And she wonders why no one wants to be her friend and no one sticks around for more, like in real life, no one sticks around for more than like maybe a couple of months.
And she has to wonder why, with all these men, nobody says, let me take you out to dinner and then we'll go see a movie.
They don't want to be seen in public with her.
So who is going to receive her new number? Who do we think is going to get her new number?
Oh, I'm sure we know that. He'll be the first one to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So
there you go, you see. Mm-hmm. I just checked it just by chance, and there it was. So, but Chantal, honestly, what more can you do? What more can you do, Chantal? What are you going to do? Sacrifice chickens on a live stream? What are you going to do?
You know what I would worry about if I was her mom? So I had this best friend. She went in for knee surgery and she died on the table, but they brought her back. So she had one daughter and a little granddaughter. And she slowly started getting better. And she got up to where she was literally in a wheelchair and slowly learned to walk again. Well, while in the hospital, she came up with pneumonia. So the daughter decided that they were just going to put her on no food, no water, nothing, and just let her go. And I said, wait a minute, she doesn't want to be trached again. I can understand not wanting to go through all that again, but just to give her antibiotics, you're going to let her go? And they did. They put her in another room, didn't give her any water or food, and she died.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
That was one of the worst times. This is how evil people can be. And her and her daughter were close, but her daughter would end up at the house and she had a new boyfriend, and I don't know.
Oh, I could never imagine. Oh my gosh.
But she did. And I kept begging my friend, please don't give up. But
because you never know what could happen day by day. You never know. I had a family member pass very quickly, and it happened so fast that I didn't know until she was already in the hospital. This 2 days before I had talked to her. And Chantel just takes all of this for granted. She goes up to the ER and says, oh, my stomach hurts, but never actually does anything about it. She just wants to be given drugs to feel okay enough to go back to eating and wasting her life away on YouTube.
Right.
After that walk she did yesterday, that stumble about, that bimble about that she hardly got through, I really think she needs to see a doctor really quickly and have a huge body scan situation type deal, whatever, because there's something wrong. And then seeing those pictures of her feet later on. Ooh.
God, I'm scared to see
like
what her
raw
feet look like.
They looked hot. And swollen.
Was she wearing sneakers when she was walking up and down those steps? Or was she still
wearing flip-flops? It was either sneakers or flip-flops,
Flip-flops. She said they were more comfortable for her.
Yeah, because
her feet
probably
can't
don't fit her.
Shoes.
Yeah, her feet, they're
You can buy custom shoes. She's too lazy to.
I was going to say, they do make custom shoes that she should invest in because, honey,
your flip-flops is going to make your feet worse.
Right, exactly.
Well, she also buys clothes too small for herself. She is in such denial.
True.
She will not face anything. So she thinks if I squeeze into a 2X, it means I'm a 2X. No, it does not mean that.
Yeah, I saw some picture still where her shirt was riding up while she was walking.
Yeah, it's too small. They're all too small. Her bra is too small. She is not wearing clothes that fit her.
She needs some stuffing her bra with the fat from the side of her arm or something. I heard. I can't remember where I heard that, but
and for somebody who claims to be proud to be fat, no, you are not proud. I was watching. I don't know if you guys watch My Big Beautiful Life with Whitney Thore. You ever watch that?
I don't think I have.
She's a big girl, but she is proud of it. Like
the dancer, she's like a dancer.
She's a dancer, right? So she does get exercise, and just to watch her and to watch Chantal, like they're just two. And I'm, there's things about Whitney's like everybody, nobody's perfect, but you just see the difference. That's a girl who really is proud of her body. And Chantal, you're not. We
Maybe
know
I
you're
have
not.
seen her. I've seen a dancer going around recently who was a
It's a
bigger
blonde
girl.
lady,
And
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
oh,
I've
okay.
seen her. She's really nice. She's so
She
sweet. And
is.
here's the thing, right? It has nothing, again, I've always said it. The weight on Chantal is the low-hanging fruit, right? And me as a troll, I'm going to go for the low-hanging fruit. That being said, I don't care how much you weigh. If your insides are rotten, your insides are rotten. And your insides, Chantal, are rotten. You need to work on your insides too, not just on your outsides. And you have a lot of catching up to do because let's be honest, you do get to a certain age where however you are is how you're going to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And she's getting there.
Yeah.
You got to work on yourself as a human.
It's nothing to do
She'll
with
never
her.
change. She'll never change.
Oh, here's the
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if anybody didn't see these got deleted. So Shannon says she's a complete asshole. Yes, I'm in the hospital, and yes, I'm suicidal and trying to hurt myself. She had no fucking business telling all of YouTube I'm not well at all, and this just spiked
Oh my
my
God.
anxiety.
Oh,
Multiple
Shannon.
times she tried to contact her.
Yeah.
How disgusting.
Yeah.
So this was on the 8th. Yeah.
Yeah. These are conversations where she's like, "Hey, hi, Chantal," and Chantal's like, "Hi, sorry, I'm really busy, and also not mentally in a place I can really help you right now. I can chat with you, but since my mental health has been so bad, I think it would be triggering to go to a hospital right now." What?
I think, Monty, I think there's issues with your mic.
Oh, I thought it was just me. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I guess I'm gonna have to maybe exit, or maybe I'll try and choose a different.
You're really staticky, yeah.
Sorry, but I'm just really busy and also not mentally in a place where I can help you right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can chat with you, but since my mental health has been so bad, I think it would be triggering to go to a hospital right now.
But she'll go to the ER anytime she has a fucking toe stubbed or something. Oh my God.
Am I better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you are.
Okay, I switched mics because I have two in case something like this happens. So then on Tuesday the 9th, she says, "How are you doing today?" And then the reply was, "I'm doped up." Then she replies, "How long are they keeping you there?" Who's in the picture with her? With
I was wondering
that's
that too.
Shannon and Chantal.
With Foodie.
I think that's the photo she put for her.
Yeah, that's the picture she has for their conversations. Okay. Yeah, it's both of them together.
Okay. So then she's like, "You can call if you want your video." So that was 11:40 a.m. and I don't know. No answer that Tuesday or Wednesday. Then on Thursday says, "I seen the clip of you talking about me being in the hospital. I didn't realize I was." And let me see if I can.
Oh my God.
Go to Shannon, the next screen.
I can't believe she even was like, "You don't have to come. You could just video call me," and she still.
Right.
Oh my God! I've never seen someone so self-righteous and self-entitled.
Yeah, it's awful. So here it is. Okay.
And people will still defend this piece of shit. Oh no.
All right. You can read it then, Natural Ginger, if you could.
Okay. I am doped up. How long are they keeping you there for? You can tell if you want. I can call if you want, or video call. I don't know. Then on the 11th, 30th, the 11th, she says, "I've seen a clip of you talking about me in the hospital. I didn't realize I was so draining. Real nice, broken heart. You won't hear from me anymore." Oh, Shannon, sweetheart.
God,
Good decision. Good decision, Shannon. So Chantel says on Friday the 12th, blocked for good, shitty friend. Go and cry and make a fucking reaction channel. You don't think maybe I was not over the fucking fact that you completely outed me or berated me, spelt wrong, whenever I was going through the same thing that you are now. Goodbye.
You
and then
vile
Shannon
piece
goof.
of shit.
She never went to the hospital to get help.
Brilliant reaction, Chantal.
Wow.
You had
Oh
the
my
nerve to
God.
tell her to call her shitty friend.
Yeah, and then
You're
Chantal's
her.
put on her community tab just 12 or whatever minutes ago. Numbers changed, no biggie, kiss.
You vile
8 likes. 8 likes you got for that.
To
8
say
likes.
that to somebody who's in the hospital,
Exactly.
suicidal idolations, like what is wrong with you?
But she had the nerve.
Something.
You calling her a bad friend, you asshole, when she just, all she said to you was she had a broken heart instead of, like you could feel the
Shannon
sadness
wasn't mad
through
in that comment. She was hurt. You could
Yes,
tell.
it wasn't even, what did she
could have
tell
been
you? She's
pissed.
hurt that you talked about her. You trash. God, I hate that woman.
What a reply.
She wonders why people know her entire life, because she puts it out there.
A shitty reply.
What a shitty friend, huh? Your friend is in the hospital, you piece of crap, making this all about yourself. Your friend tried. Yeah, she brought to surface what was happening with you and Natter because she cared, because she wanted to stop it. She could have stayed quiet and let it continue, but she tried, okay?
But
Shannon
couldn't even call. You didn't even have to go to the hospital. She's telling you you can video if you want. You couldn't even do that. And then if you weren't over it, you could have easily said before, you know what, I'm not really, like, she could have said something. Not like now that's just a lie. Just so I don't believe it. She's just an asshole.
Shannon, you're not losing anything in Chantal. I'm telling you right now.
No,
this is,
not at
I know
all.
that there is a length of time of friendship that sometimes you'll hold on to that right because of the amount of time. But at this time, it's more so of a quality versus quantity situation. And the quality of a person that Chantal is a crap, shitty person. And she does not deserve your light.
And she proved over and over again that she's been a horrible friend to her. I would just, I give my friends chances. I mean, you do, because sometimes they are really remorseful or they feel bad or things happen. But this woman, she is clearly selfish, all about herself. It's just me. And I would just say goodbye. Like you said, she has nothing, it's about quality, not quantity.
Sometimes for your own good, you have to cut people out of your life, whether it's family, friends, loved ones. Sometimes you just have to step away from them. And it's terrible when it's someone that you've cared about for so many years. But someone like this, it's not worth it. She cares so little for your mental health that she would say things like that, no matter what your history.
Mino, that's when you see the trueness in person, because I have walked away from people before myself who have been equally selfish about their own needs versus the people around them. And immediately afterwards, I was faced with harassment, false allegations, doxing, da-da-da-da-da-da. And that to me shows the true people that they always were and will remain to be. So
in college, I watched things like this go down where a friend group broke apart because they just they were not emotionally stable enough to care about anyone but themselves, and they hurt others. And I watched all of it happen, and to see people still doing things like that and being so surprised when they're called out on their shit or when someone is hurt by being treated this way. Everyone wants to be treated as a person. And when you treat someone like that, you're treating them like shit, like you don't care. And if you can't show respect to another person, just don't be in communication with them.
Yeah.
If you can't show them that respect, if you have that much of an issue, just step away. It's not worth it.
But by the way, I keep thinking more about this and it just keeps getting me angrier. I need to, but this is what I'm thinking about. Even if you're upset with Shannon at the moment, just, she knows that people are going to get all this information back to Shannon. Your friend or whatever, you're still upset with her, but all these years that you guys had together, they didn't mean anything to you, because if you were upset with her, regardless, you wouldn't go online knowing it's not like she's just there for a broken leg or something like that. She is there. She is not in a good place. Why would you even do that to her, to put her in a more, this is harmful to her, to talk about her like that, outing her in front of all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't you have a little bit of a brain, like even if it was one cell, to think that, oh no, this might really send her over the edge. This is very, very harmful to her, to do that to her. Like I said, it's not like she's in there for something like else, has nothing to do with, this is for her. She's not in a good mental space. Why would you do something like this that might really affect her, just terribly?
She doesn't consider, does she? She doesn't consider the other person. It's all about her. And I know that Shannon is strong. She is having a weak time at this moment, but she is strong and she will get through this. Yeah. I know she'll probably never listen to this, but we're all sending our love out there to you, Shannon.
But I will tell you,
and that's the only reason, Farida, you were saying, why did she do it? Why did she do it? Because she reacts on the impulse, and she's got no filter, and she's got no boundaries. She has no shame. She's morally bankrupt, and she's a moron. That's why.
And another reason, as somebody who went through this, and I remember telling like my therapist, like surprised that certain people weren't there for me. And my therapist told me that there are people that have their own issues going on and they can't face the truth. So by being around me, so like with Foodie, by being around Shannon, she needs help and she doesn't want it. So I think that's a part of it too. It's her way of distancing herself from Shannon. And another point I have to make, Shannon, I believe in things happen for a reason. I really do. You do not want Foodie in your life right now. You need to get healthy. You need to get better. And Foodie is not going to do that for you. And I think God sent you a message in what Foodie did, because you don't need her. This is probably a blessing for you because you're going to get healthy. You won't get
agree.
Foodie. Don't you agree? Yeah.
Shannon went to go get help. That is what happened. And when her family and her reached out to someone to ask for support with getting help, Chantel said no. She slapped her in the face and said no. And because Chantel refuses to go get help like Shannon does, she doesn't want to be confronted with that. Because some people work to better themselves. She doesn't want to be held up next to Shannon, who is willing to go get help when she knows she needs it.
Bingo.
To better herself, she has switched off comments again on her community page.
She doesn't want to face the reality.
And she's just done a live stream going, plan my trip with me. Or choose where I'm going. You're going to hell, Chantel.
You're going to Hades. Straight to Hades.
She's not going anywhere. And if she does, she's just going to get taken advantage of there as well. And possibly worse. I have seen so many videos of vloggers who record themselves going to places and end up being harmed, being kidnapped. Even some have had worse happen to them because they go unknowingly into these dangerous situations without preparing. And she thinks it's all just fun and games.
She is walking around. Exactly. You're totally right. Her walking around the market in Istanbul on a hot day with her flip-flops and a moo-moo and ticking and reading and pulling the rat face with a flipping camera.
People
filming
will be
things.
able to pick out, that's a foreigner. I can get stuff from her.
And they're going to chat her up. She's going to fall for it. She's going to be pocketed. I can't believe it. It's just so, oh my God. And the way she walked on the walk yesterday, I was going, and she thinks she's going to walk around Istanbul market or the pyramids in Egypt.
She's going to be that tourist that goes to a foreign country and says, why can't these people here speak English?
Oh yeah, shouting at
They should
locals
know
to make them
English.
understand her. Raising her voice. Or,
Yeah, she's going to be that person that she raged about in Cuba. That person saying, "Why don't you have this? Why don't you have this? Why do you only have this type of food that's native to this culture? That's not my white privileged way. That's not right."
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and step down. I'm going to go ahead and leave because I'm so angry right now that it's making my mouth hurt. I'm just going to get down.
Take care, Marcy. Look after your mind and your heart, honey.
Bye, sweetie.
Be good to yourself.
Have a good one.
Okay,
take some time.
Bye.
Do something nice for yourself.
Yeah, you look after yourself, honey. Yeah, she's going to become a cropper if she goes over to mainland Europe and she goes to she couldn't even have it in Britain.
Everywhere. They wait for tourists to come to take advantage of them, to get money from them. And she can't ever be prepared enough for this because she just books a ticket at some resort and is like, "Oh, it'll be fine. I'll just go and stay there in the hotel and eat food at the cafeteria the whole time."
Yeah, she'll be in the hotel because
that's exactly what she's gonna do.
There isn't any AC really.
Oh gosh, yeah. She goes somewhere where there's no AC.
That would be fun. Yeah.
I went somewhere where there was walk around the mall, the air-conditioned mall, without sweating.
Good. I hope she suffers.
Just the image of her wiping herself off in the freaking food court with cat hair all over her.
That was a classic, wasn't it? That outfit that she went out in. What was that all about?
I hate those pants, Natural, so much. I hate those pants. Those pants are horrible. And the hairy shirts. What the heck?
I know. It was absolutely I've said it before. I was like, oh my God, she looks like she should have a support worker with her, if you get my drift.
It's so
walking
crazy.
around
She
like that.
talks herself up so much, and she could take care of herself, but she's too lazy. I just watched a video about a larger girl online who was talking about getting the right clothing to fit your body so that you can still look cute and, go out and wear nice things when you go out.
Well, she's got a hate boner, hasn't she, for learning to be fearless, Alex? Because Alex is pretty and very respectable and looks great in everything she wears. She's been calling her out for
look nice.
I don't know why she's calling her out. She's saying she's fake. That's why she's saying that she's fake.
Well, yeah, because anyone that puts in the effort is fake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they're not real. Amazing, they just do it for attention, but not her. She's different.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I don't know why she doesn't like Alex. I really don't. I mean, I don't know Alex, but I know she's a nice-looking larger lady, and it grinds Chantel's gears for some reason. Is she in the top 10% of good-looking people, Chantel?
She's jealous that Alex has hair.
She could have nice wigs if she took care of them. God, seeing her destroy those wigs.
If she took care of them, If she took care of them.
Man, I wish I could afford some of those nicer wigs because I do so many costumes and not modeling, but I've done party things where I've dressed up for certain events and you want to look a certain way, so you get a nice wig. And it's so funny when I've worn wigs to the point where some people will think certain ones are my real hair, and I'm like, no, it's just you take care of it a certain way, it'll look natural. Even my picture here is not my real hair. That was I went to Renaissance Fair and I dressed up for that. And you can do these things and look nice and have fun, but you gotta take care of it. Just throwing it on the ground and letting it sit there wet with food on it, or letting your cats pee on it.
She doesn't though. She doesn't even wash her hands in between picking her nose and scratching her ass and handling raw meat in the kitchen.
She freaking drank out of a straw that her cat put his butt on. And she knew.
Yeah, she's so gross. And she's been wearing the same clothes, which means she hasn't showered. And it is summer.
Because she hasn't gone out
hot,
much.
And
she just
is a
sits
big
there
girl.
in the same clothes.
Yeah.
She hasn't showered in 3 days, y'all. 3 days that we know of.
I can't imagine how horrible that feels. Because, like, the only time I've ever worn the same shirt more than once was when I was sick. And I literally couldn't get out of bed. And I felt so gross because I was so sick. I couldn't move. I was in pain. And, like, it doesn't feel good. Like, just changing your bed sheets and having a fresh pair of clothes and having just showered can make such a difference to your mood and your mental health. And she's just too lazy to do that.
And also, I don't want to hear you, Foodie, use the fact of your mental health. I'm going to tell you right now, honey. I, myself, suffer from mental health issues. I have friends that have mental health issues. And we aren't shitty human beings. Don't use that as an excuse. Do not put that stigma on the mental health community, because a lot of people who I know are fabulous human beings that have diagnosed mental health, conditions. And you, my friend, and I say that sarcastically because I would never be your friend, are undiagnosed, self-diagnosed over and over again, using your platform for sympathy and for encouragement to continue your stupidity. Can no longer use that. And I'm telling you right now, stop using it. I'm going to call you out every single time, honey. I'm going to call you out every single time, and I'm going to drag the fuck out of you.
And she says that she's going through a hard time at the moment. What exactly is wrong at the moment, Chantal? I mean, having a hard time is called being an
get
adult,
the man that she wants.
Human. Yeah, life isn't easy.
So wait, was she ever diagnosed? Or, I mean, she doesn't go to the for mental issues, whatever. Because I know this is what makes me
She's
angry.
non-compliant. That's what she is.
Yeah,
that's what's stamped all over her medical records.
The thing is, the thing that angers me is people stop taking that seriously when people say, they have mental problems. So it affects people that really do. It affects people that actually do, because she's never even said that she's been diagnosed with this or with that. She just always talks about, my mental health. Yeah, it's like
she never went to the hospital. She never went to go see any mental health professionals to get anything diagnosed, looked at, any help at all. And she just talks about it like she has it, because that fits her agenda. It makes it easier for her to get away with things, because she could say, my mental health is bad. That's why I did this thing. You can't blame me for this. It's always an excuse with her. And just like the DV things where she went to the police to say, whether or not she went, I was in an abusive relationship. You make it so much freaking harder for people that have these issues to be believed. And it pisses me off, because I go, and as a person of color, a lot of us have issues with people believing, especially women, that they have these problems and that they are in need of help because of people like her. And the fact that she just jokes about it and says, it's just a joke. I'm just kidding. No, it's not a joke. People actually need help. And when you make a game out of these problems, you are the problem.
Yes.
Well said. Yes.
Yeah, because she's been saying, hasn't she, that she was reeling off all these different people that have been draining her, that are all emotional vampires on her sweet life.
Natural Ginger, you know why? I mean, she is the most beautiful. More than 90% of everybody. So beautiful people, they have more problems than us regular ugly folks. Don't you know that?
Hags.
I do know that.
Hags.
Yeah, hags or yentas or whatever. Yeah. I don't know what it is. But Chantal, what is the common denominator in that? It's you, isn't it? So you're having the same problems with all these people. I think it's time you looked at yourself. It's like they say, if you've got a group of friends and you don't think any of your friends are the arsehole in the group, you're probably the arsehole. Yeah. You know what I mean?
She likes to make fun of other people, but guess what? I'm younger than her. I have a job. I have friends that I get to go see. I'm about to start going to Renaissance Fair as my way to get away from my everyday, to go have fun with my friends. I get to go to movies. I get to do all of these things, and I don't need a partner to be able to live my life like she seems to think that's the only way she can live her life. she doesn't want to get out of her little bubble because it makes her uncomfortable. And if you want to live that way, sure, go off, but don't make it everyone else's problem.
Yeah, she just all she knows how to do is attack. For instance, when she attacks people going on panel, like she says they're desperate, jealous bitches, blah blah blah. Of course, she doesn't know anybody. She just, and then she will say, "Oh, let's make fun of Natural Ginger's accent. Oh, let's make fun of." your picture, like, she'll see your hair, right? And she'll say, oh, look at her ugly blue hair, or whatever. She'll
Yep.
just, it's like she
She'll
doesn't even know how
without
to fight
knowing
back.
anyone.
Yeah, it's immature, because she's not mature, even though she's already, for her age, she needs to behave, in a way where at least fight fair, meaning if you have an argument or an issue with somebody, say what it is, but you don't resort to just attacking somebody based on, because you don't want people to
Based
attack
off
you,
of looks.
right? Yeah, exactly. Just like she doesn't want people to
I
attack
don't
her
care
on looks.
how big or skinny she is. I don't care the color of her skin, her eyes, whether or not she has hair or not. She acts as a terrible person, and that's all that comes off when I see her. When I hear her voice, I think of all the terrible things that she says to people, like what she said to Shannon. I'll never forget that. I can't imagine someone would say that to someone going through so many health and mental issues. That's all I will hear when I hear her voice. Not how big she is, not the disgusting clothes she wears, not the cat hair, not what she eats. It's just how she acts.
Exactly. She always thinks, oh, fat shaming. Like, shut up, Chantel. You think there's not big people everywhere? And the thing with you is, it's one thing you are overweight, or whatever, the big girl. It's another thing for you to even, like, she doesn't care that she's disgusting and everybody could see it. She doesn't care that she picks her nose and probably eats it, or it's like this, or doesn't wash her hand, keeps the door open while she goes. It's like, I do believe in a little mystery. I'm sorry. I like to have a little mystery for my man. Like, she doesn't
build that relationship. Thank you. And get to learn about the people that you're in a relationship with. When their entire life is online, what are you going to learn about besides that she doesn't wipe herself? She sleeps in beds with throw up and pee in them, and doesn't take care of her pets or herself.
Yeah, I've said this so many times before. Yeah, I've said this so many times before. I'll never forget this live stream of not watching her. Like I said, I always watch reaction channels. I don't ever watch her, but where she was like, okay, guys, let's budget. So people were telling her, like, she had just thrown up the day before. Remember when she did that raid? She soiled her sheets, and people were saying new bed sheets. And her response was, that's not in the budget right now.
That's not in the budget.
Like,
you know how much bed sheets are? $10 at Target. You can get them delivered to your house. They're $10.
Yes.
You're just too lazy.
She's lazy.
You choose to live like that.
Adult. She doesn't know how to. She's lazy. She doesn't even know how to be an adult. Like, to do normal adult things that are not that difficult, like buying new sheets.
That's not even an adult
or
thing.
just
That's
washing
just a human
them.
thing. Have a clean home that you can live in is just a basic human thing. Like, even just a little bit of a mess isn't the same as living in filth. And when you start to live in that situation, you end up with hoarding situations. And I'm sure everyone's seen the kind of awful situations that people with actual mental health issues and like depression have lived in. It's awful. And she just makes a joke out of it.
Exactly. Everything's a joke to her. And like somebody said in the chat, even like her manners, it's not, people go after her. It's not, or the weight, it's just everything. The way she doesn't even wash, she just wears the same dress over and over again. I mean, it's just, I'm sure if anybody opened that door to that villa, they will just want to like barf, just because of the smell. It's just
the smell.
Those poor cats
so
to live
bad.
Yeah, and the cats to be in that situation. I mean, they
deserve better. And you know that they pee and poop everywhere, because cats don't like going to the bathroom in dirty litter boxes, and she's too lazy to change it. And that's awful. And their feet are probably in awful condition. And just, even if you don't care about yourself, care about your pets.
Exactly.
Or give them to someone who will care, because they deserve better than that.
And
better
you,
than to be
Mina,
the joke
working
about when you put them down.
you working in the vet field, right? Even no matter what level it was. We know one thing, and this is the thing we know. You said it, you said one of them, but here's another. Cats don't like using dirty litter boxes, and some cats don't like sharing a box.
Yeah.
So
some
it
you have to have
may
a litter box
be
for each cat.
exactly. Some of them are territorial to where they don't like sharing their box. So Sam and BBJ very well may need separate boxes.
I think we have Chantal in the chat under CL.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Hi, Chantal.
Oh,
You're a piece of shit.
you know what?
Trust and believe that this
I didn't know it was just
40-year-old
her
happily
sarcastic, so I don't
married
wanna
mother of two is not jealous of you.
God,
ho.
no.
Jealous. Jealous, my
I
fat
don't want to
ass.
be jealous of living in squalor. But
We're
the
in the
thing
same
is, like, I've seen pets in such a terrible situation like that when I worked with vets, and I had to shave down multiple cats who were so overfed and unhealthy that they couldn't clean themselves. So we had to shave all of their hair off because they were so matted, and when pets get matted, the dirt and feces from those pets stay in their fur, and it becomes like a rug that cocoons them, and they literally like their
Bacteria.
skin can't even breathe because there's so much in the fur, and
You just have to
it's not
shave
even
it
just
at that
that's
point.
just one part of it. Their nails, dogs and cats, can grow into their paw pads,
Into the
and
paw pads,
it's
yep.
not a joke. It can hurt so bad that even when they walk, they're in pain. And
Yep.
I've had to remove nails from a pet's paw pads,
Mhm.
and it leaves an open wound. And
Yep.
it's awful, and it hurts terribly.
Yep.
And even giving them medication to help, it doesn't make it go
Especially
away.
when it's infected. When a wound is infected, it doesn't matter how much anesthetic you apply. The infection does not allow the anesthetic to take effect. I have to sit there and remove shotgun pellets off of a Rottweiler.
Oh my goodness.
No matter how much, because I used to assist in surgeries as well, and this one, the anesthetic just did not take at all.
They're in so much pain, and she just doesn't care. And one of the things that I wanted to do when I was shaving down these pets was give their owners a piece of that mat so they can feel how thick and hard it is.
Yep.
And it pulls at their skin and it hurts. And even taking it off, a lot of them have skin issues. So they'll get skin irritations and they'll be really red, and you have to give them medicated baths afterwards. And a lot of the people that would bring their pets in just wanted help. And that's fine. We want to help. But you have to be willing to put in the work. Because even at the place I'm at now, there are dogs that come in and the groomer tries to help them and is like, hey, just come in every week and I will brush your dog for you. And we'll just
We're
have a
willing
quick
to do
10-minute
that in
brush.
the vet field. We love our animals so much. We just want to help, and if you're avoiding because you think that they'll judge you, just take them in. 1 second, my child needs me.
Like we don't want to judge you because it's gotten out of hand if you're willing to put in the work to help your pets. But if you are just saying, oh, I'm too lazy to, I'll just come in every few months and then you could shave them down, and we're like, no, that still is hurting your pet. If you didn't want to put in the work to take care of your pet, why did you get them? It's not a toy. Your pets are not toys that you can just throw food at and they'll be fine. They're a living thing. If you cannot take the responsibility of that living thing, whether it's a child or a pet, don't
commit to it. It's a commitment. It's not one of the worst seasons, and maybe you'll agree, Mino, for veterinarians is Christmas.
Oh God. Christmas and COVID were the worst. COVID was so bad. There were so many COVID pets. And Christmas and Easter are the worst times.
Easter, oh my God.
Easter is so bad because people
and then
buy
Halloween.
kittens and bunnies. And
Halloween.
A lot of people. Oh yeah.
Did you know in my office, because we used to do adoptions as well?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
We used to prohibit. We wouldn't adopt out any of the black cats during Halloween.
Absolutely not. That is a big thing in my area, that they will not adopt out black cats anywhere near Halloween because people will either buy them and not take care of them, or buy them and use them for bad things.
Malicious things,
yes. That's horrible.
And people legitimately will do that. It's an awful thought, but people will do that here. Yep. So a lot of places won't adopt out black cats around Halloween, Christmas, and Easter. We would tend to have a lot of people coming in with brand new pets, and they would always be like first-time pet owners. And I know I didn't deal with it a lot myself, but a lot of people would buy bunnies for their kids on Easter.
Yep.
And
or
so
chicks.
many of them don't know how to take care of rabbits. They're not just like a cat. They have their own way of living. They need specialty food. Their teeth need caring for, because if you don't have enough chew things for them to chew on, their teeth can outgrow their mouth and actually harm their mouths. So you either need to get them shaved down, or you need to get them toys and things for them to chew on to take care of that. It's just little things that when you go into getting a pet or a living thing, you should do your research and be willing to, commit for that lifespan of that pet. If you can't commit, don't do it.
So what do we think she's going to do next, other than come into people's chats
rage
and be, because I think she's gone now, Chantal.
Probably. She doesn't like being called out.
Jealous. Yeah, I'm so jealous. I would rather
Chantal, one day just jump on panel, honey, since you have so much to say on your channel. Just jump on here and say it to our faces.
Yeah, she can't even say it to people online. God forbid if she was ever confronted in person, she can't, verbally, with her mouth, confront anyone.
I'd like to know what we're jealous of.
What
do you think we're jealous of? What are we jealous of? Chantal,
I would gladly take my life as it is.
It's her riveting, stunning looks, natural. Did you not know?
Her money and potential. All her money and potential.
Oh, yeah.
Her potential that's wasted. You can have all the potential and thoughts of doing grandeur that you want without committing to anything. You're not gonna become that person.
Because it was my life goal to be
even your dreams are shite.
Sitting even in front of a camera crying over a cracky. I missed my shot naturally.
Man, I'm still working towards goals. At 32, I have goals that I want to do and commit to, and I'm still working towards them. And it's not easy, but at least I'm willing to put in the work, man. I do the jobs that I have so that I can commit to the dreams that I would like to have in the future. She's too lazy to even do that.
No. She's not even a dreamer. She's a nightmare.
And that's not what my goal for life was, but I will do it, and I still care about my job enough to keep doing it.
Yeah, you're still young. You've got plenty of time to check out lots of different things and have lots of really good experiences.
My goal when I went to college was art, and I just happened to have a lot of experience working in animal care. I've worked at zoos, I've worked at vets, I've done so much, and that's the job I have now. And eventually I would like art to be my final job, and I'm willing to put in the work for that. And some people aren't. That's fine, but don't berate others for trying to work towards their goals, and don't be jealous. You should look at these people and try to motivate yourself to be better.
Exactly. Thank you.
Chantal, I am 53. I am 54 in December, and you would be jealous of my life. You know what I mean? You really would.
Everyone has their own lives and things that they are proud of. And don't berate them for that. Try to make yourself better. Do things that you can be proud of. And even if people will make fun of you for that, or just don't think it's the right way to do things, if you're not hurting anyone and you're trying to better yourself, that's all that matters.
And you don't have to do anything big or earth-shattering. You just
start small
and do it well.
When you start with something big and difficult, it can be really demoralizing. Start with small things. Start with just having a routine every day. Like, shouldn't even make that happen. It's hard to stick with a daily routine, but if you can do that, then you can start adding to that.
Don't try and walk before you can walk, Chantal. Just go up and down stairs a few times to get your fitness up.
And you know what's funny? Like when you hit, I don't know, maybe your 30s, you hit this point in your life where you don't care about what people do for a living, how much they make. You start looking at people for who they are, their character. And I think that's what we all are doing here. We're not jealous, Chantal. We really are not. We are judging you for your character, and you're a shit person, and you just keep proving it time after time after time again. And we're here to call you out on it. And that's why you don't like us.
Exactly. Perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
I have nothing you have. I'm not a jealous person. See, I'm a person that believes that I'm going to take care of my grass. I'm going to take care of my grass, and that's that, right? Because when you're looking at the neighbor's grass, your grass is dying because you're wishing your grass was like theirs, where you're not putting the time to take care of your own grass. I don't look at other people's grass. I take care of my own grass.
Good point. You're right. Yep. I celebrate other people's accomplishments, people that matter to me and people that are good people. But Chantal, you're not a good person. You're just not. And this whole thing with what you said about BBJ, what you did with with Shannon, how you're not a good person. And again, I will say it over and over again. You deserve Natter and Dee Dee. The three of you make a beautiful, beautiful throuple. Beautiful.
And you should stay together forever so no one else is ever subjected to y'all.
Yeah. I completely stand behind that relationship. Go for it, Chantal. Go for it, Dee Dee, and go for it, Natter. We support it.
Yeah, go back to him, Chantal. Go back to him. Go and kiss his feet and rim him if you must. But do it and do it and tell us all about it, because it's what you want. That's what you really want. Don't try, I want to do this and do that and build a mansion and dig a hole
realistic.
And that. Do what you really want to do, and you want to do nada.
If you don't care what anyone else thinks, just go do it.
Yeah.
If you don't care what anyone thinks, go do what you want to do. Your YouTube followers can't do anything to stop you. Just do what you want to do.
And you'll still get VIBs, because when one goes, another one comes along, doesn't it, Chantal?
Yeah.
So if the people in your chat don't like what you're doing, just they can go somewhere else, and that's true. They'll go somewhere else.
You might be on a ventilator, but you still have the money and your visas.
Yeah.
So go back to him.
Like,
stop fucking about, woman.
Don't be fake and don't make up excuses. Just do what you want. Because everyone here is going to do what they want in their lives. So, what can we do to stop her?
I find it hilarious when she gets on camera and she has the head cheerleader voice and she does, like that deep voice and tries to have like a tough accent. Like, what do you think? What are you going to do about it? I find I laugh. I die laughing because I know it's not a true thing. Because someone who really is quote unquote tough like that would have zero issue going on panel and saying it to the person that they're angry at. But then she
cowered at Jessica Messica when she got online with her. She was like kissing her butt. She did it with what's her MFW. She did the same thing. Chantal's a coward. She hides behind her computer screen, and as soon as she's confronted, the tone changes. Everything changes.
That's why I think all of her confidence is fake, because if she had that confidence, she would come on here or any of the other channels and actually, talk and defend herself, but she doesn't. She just goes on alt accounts and pretends to be someone else and says all these things in the background like, oh, you guys are just jealous. No, there are links in the chat for you to come join. Go ahead. Come say it to any of our faces. Say it with your whole chest, and don't be a coward. Don't just go in the background and say.
I would like to know what I'm jealous about, Foodie.
Me too.
I'm sure. Yeah. I would like to know exactly what it is you think we are jealous of. I need to laugh.
Because none of them will have any face-to-face confrontation with someone because they don't want to deal with the repercussions of that. They just like to say things through the internet because then they have, I can't remember what the term for it is, but they have that anonymity. Oh God, words are hard. But they have that screen in front of them to protect them from the real
It's
life
called a
consequences.
keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because she would never, especially not in person. We've seen when she meets people in person that know who she is. She kind of just curls in on herself and like becomes really timid. And she just doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And if Shannon, your friend, is struggling through an addiction, number one, that wasn't your business to tell anyone. Number two, if she's taking care of it, good for her. Okay?
Exactly.
You need to worry about yourself, miss. I'm going to the outhouse.
How is
number
Shannon
3,
going to get help?
Don't go near
her.
Don't go near Shannon anymore. Don't talk to her. Don't message her.
Absolutely.
And don't infect Shannon's life with your fucking nonsense. Don't try and make it up.
And at least Shannon has the courage to do what's right. At least Shannon's getting help. You're not, Foodie. You refuse to get help.
Like
why? Yeah, because she doesn't want to give up the food. She doesn't want to give up Natter. She doesn't want to give up the drugs. And she knows those are the 3 things that a therapist would say, you need to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
She's a coward.
They would tell her to get off of YouTube because it's not doing any good for her.
Yep, that too.
She would never. Just like with Amber, they can't give up that one like source of just the boost of serotonin they get from being online and people like kissing their feet. They can't give that
up. The
up.
lifestyle, aren't they? They're addicted to the lifestyle that they
really are. Like they can't give up that ass kissing that they get from the internet. And so many people have fallen prey to that because the internet has become such a big thing of it's all about numbers and being that influencer online. They've fallen so far into that trap. And a lot of us, when we were younger, it was the beginning of when that was becoming popular, when social media was becoming the thing that everyone did, and that's how everyone stayed in contact with each other. And then it all became about who's friends with who and who has the most followers and who's the most popular and the most pretty, and they just can't live without that now.
And all of this just proves, like Chantal gets on and says, they shame me for my weight. They bully me for my drug use. They shame me for my sexual assault. No, we're not. No, we're not. And here's an example. We are supporting Shannon. Because why? Mm-hmm. Because Shannon is doing the right thing and getting help. Chantal, you refuse. You refuse to get help. You lie. So this is why we shame you.
Uses these systems and lies to people, which just, that's so disgusting.
Yeah.
People who really need help aren't believed because there are liars like her, making things up. And we can't tell what's the truth because she lies so much.
Nobody on panel has mentioned your fat body, Chantal. Your fat, horrible body. Nobody has. So quit
bitching
about it.
The closest thing we've mentioned is how bad her feet look, because all of us are concerned that she's going to have something amputated. Well, that's a real problem.
Erie said it. Her dark personality weighs more than her fupa ever will.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the bottom line.
That's the biggest thing weighing her down is your personality, your mind, it doesn't matter if you were thin, Chantal, if you were slim, if you're muscular, you'd still have the same criticisms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If she loses all the weight and she, whatever, good for you. But your insides, it's the problem, honey. There's a darkness to your soul. And you need to figure out how to put some light in there before it's too late to bring any light in it.
It's too late.
And I do not like Dee Dee. So me saying this, I do not like her. But let me tell you, Dee Dee spoke the truth when she said, don't tell Chantal any secrets. Anybody out there that is we can even ask, Skinny Queen. She'll tell you, don't tell her anything because she will use it to be vindictive and to be a bitch. Don't do it. Don't tell her anything.
She's even wait a full day before outing all of Shannon's business, everyone's business. Anyone that comes in contact with her gets outed on YouTube. And you would hope that your real friends would take things in like confidence and not air it to the next person they see on the street.
You would think that her real friends would say,
friend.
Chantal, what the fuck have you done? But her friend, but she blocks her real friends because those are the only ones she's got. So
and nobody holds her accountable. Like, I hope Shannon does not renew this friendship with her. Shannon, you've got, and anybody that's in her life. I heard MFW. Now I know MFW is forgiving her for views. I get that. But nobody holds her accountable. Nobody, even her own family. They just take her back. Everybody forgives her. Everybody moves on because she seems to think that if she's raging, what she says doesn't count. She has said that. I was raging, so it doesn't matter. Yes,
she just thinks that if she can delete it and then everyone will forget and she was upset or she was drunk or she was high. That's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse. You have to grow and learn from your mistakes. I've gone through a period of time in my life where I was Miss Ragey McRagey and I would cuss everyone else out. And man, I still till this day regret who I was. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I make it a point to try and better myself every day. You know, sometimes I think people make the mistake of thinking that, I'm 30. I don't have to change. I don't have to evaluate who I am anymore. I don't have to learn from my mistakes. I'm an adult. I can just be whoever. No. Life is about growing every single day, learning from things, like mistakes that you make every single day.
Yeah.
If you run into a wall and you know that wall is there, right? And you know that you're going to run into that wall. Are you going to keep running into it or are you going to go around it?
Who you are when you're 30 is very different from who you are when you're 35 and when you're 40 and when you're 45 and when you're 50 and when you're 55 and when you're 60. You don't stay the same.
Unless you're Chantal.
Yeah. I wonder what she was like when she was 30. I wonder what she was like when she was 30.
I think she's gotten worse. I think, and this is my opinion, I think she always had narcissistic tendencies. And I think from being on YouTube, she fully developed into a narcissist. All she does all day is talk about herself. She looks at herself. Even the little time she's not online streaming, she's watching reaction channels like this. Her whole life is consumed with her. And that is the worst thing anybody will tell you. You have your whole life cannot be you. Volunteer, do something. Find something outside of you, because this is what happens when you just when it's all about you. You become Chantal.
I'm so surprised she still tries to say she doesn't watch reaction channels and then comes up with all this stuff that they've said about her. Because, man, I don't know why she says it. Everyone knows she does, and yet she keeps saying it to herself like anyone's gonna believe her.
She does watch reaction channels. She even comes up with the lingo, the naddy daddy, the starfishing. There are millions of little things that have been said here and on other reaction channels, especially like FFG and Yabba and blah, blah, blah.
She will say, I don't really watch them that much, but they said this about me, or they said this about me.
I just say, no, people just send me things in DMs. Please don't send me things in DMs because it gets me.
Because I'll watch them and know all the stuff that these people have said about me.
Oh, Chantal, you can't kiss a kid up. We know you, Chantal.
She has no impulse control for it. Mm-hmm. She can't help herself because she's so worried about what everyone's saying about her. And yet she tries to say that she doesn't care. So
she says she's angry, doesn't she? And she says she has no impulse control, like you say. And she'll just say, well, I'm angry. I have no impulse control. Mm-hmm. I'm compulsive. But she doesn't think, shit, I really should do something about that. She goes, well, it's a good label to put. It's a good umbrella to cover yourself with. Leave me alone. I've got no impulse control.
Natural, I can't remember if it was you or Perfectly that said it, but in order for her to take control of that impulse control, I believe she would need therapy. And I can't remember which one of you ladies said it, but if she goes to therapy, what's going to happen? She's going to have to drop all of her bad habits, and she doesn't want to.
Nope. I'm telling you, they would say, get off YouTube, get off the drugs, stay away from that, or 3 things she will not do. And also the food.
Oh,
And those
and
are the 3 things.
there's a 4th one. They would tell her to try to get a stable job that would give her a daily routine.
Yep.
Even if it was part-time, they would say, try to get a stable, something that's easy, that you could do every day, little by little, and then work up to something more stable. And then when you have like a stable daily life, then go back to YouTube. But she'd never be able to do that.
Have a big part of your life as something that isn't out on the internet or known by anybody. It's something just for you to feel good about or bad about, without having
Even
to
with
blast
all the
it
money
all.
she says she makes here, she is somehow still living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, she's still living
very clearly.
And I clearly, and I want to say, and I know that all the ladies and people in chat will agree with me. I'm not perfect. I have faults. You know what though? I learn from them and I grow from them and I change. Chantal, you don't. And this is the problem we have. So you want to get on and say, oh, the old people on the panel, they all think they're perfect. No, not one of us thinks we're perfect.
Not at all.
God, no.
Oh my goodness, no. Oh gosh, I am not perfect at all. I've got millions of Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think I'm perfect. The minute you think you're perfect is when you stop growing. I know I have flaws and I know that there's things I can improve, and I try to, you know, if it's pointed out to me, I pay attention and I say, you know what, you're right. I was a horrible fucking human. I need to do better. I cannot do XYZ. That's shitty. Like, why the hell would I be that person?
Yep. You analyze and you change, and she will not do that. She refuses. Instead, she wants to play victim and point fingers and blame and throw insults. Well, how's that working out for you, Chantal?
Even in this community, exactly. Even being in this community and other communities, I think I've got a lot from it. I think I've improved myself. Just with a lot of thoughts and ideas that I've had before. I've been shown a different way and thought, actually, yay, and I've changed. And I think for the better. Am I perfect? Absolutely no. Absolutely not. I have got millions and millions of faults, and I could do better every day. I really could. But I've learned a lot from being in the communities, and I think
being open-minded and willing to step back and see your problems in yourself that means that you can grow from that. That's the only way you're going to be able to do that. And other people telling you isn't going to change the way you act. You have to do it yourself. And a lot of us have, I'm sure, had issues and realized that, hey, maybe I was at fault. And if you're willing to admit that instead of just getting angry, and I know I've gotten angry before and I've let people get to me, and I will let it just fester, and it's bad. It can really harm you and others. And the only way you'll get better is by stepping back.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, Chantal wants everybody to look at her and envy her. You know what I want? I want people to look at me. I don't want them to envy me. I want them to look at me as a kind, compassionate person, someone that's going to make a difference in the world. That's the difference between us and Chantal. She wants everybody to be jealous. She wants everybody to be envious.
Exactly.
She doesn't even care about her character. She doesn't even care about any of that. It's all about, look at me, you're jealous. No.
I don't want people to judge me just based off of my appearance, by the first thing they see of me, just by the way I look. I don't want that to be the only thing they judge me on.
No,
I would prefer people to judge me based off of the person that I am, as opposed to just my skin color, the way I look, how skinny or fat I am. That is not a good way to judge those around you, because that's all surface level.
It is. But Chantal is very surface, isn't she?
That's all she sees in people around her.
I don't want that either. I like to inspire people. That's why I share a lot of what I do. Like when people say, hey, I like your editing, or I like this, I'll be like, hey, I'll teach you. I'll show you how I did this. Because if I'm having fun, why can't you have fun? You know, like if I can help someone do something good for themselves that'll make them feel good about themselves, why not? You want to know what skincare I have? Here, this is what I use. I use Estee Lauder, by the way. A lot of people ask.
People will just see things and judge it based off of their first reaction, and you can't. Not everything is as it seems. It's not like everyone got to where they are from birth. They've worked to get where they are.
Yep.
I want to know why I'm not jealous of you, Chantal. And if I'm not jealous of you, I want to know why I should be. And you can only answer that question, Chantal.
I've actually got to head out to go to work pretty soon, so I will see you guys all later. Thank you for letting me join. Sorry, I was really angry earlier, but
no, that's fine.
So
that's
frustrating.
Oh, it was good talking to you.
Talking to you.
Have a good day at work, Mino.
I hope everyone has a good day. I might pop in later if you guys go live again, but have a good day.
Okay, bye, Mino.
Bye, Mino. Have a good day. Yeah. Well, I think I'm all talked out as well, actually.
Yeah, Monty, thank you,
Me
because I
too.
have been so angry and so worked up, and just having this space to vent, you know, because for me, there is a personal attachment to this story. Like I feel personally vested in due to my background. So you giving me this space and others, and same with you ladies and the people in chat. You guys are wonderful, wonderful human beings, and I thank you.
Yeah, you are. Well said. Well said. Well
I
said.
agree.
It might be a good time to wrap this up.
It's just on 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody. If anybody has any closing thoughts or anything about the situation, then go ahead, speak.
I'd just like to say love and blessings to you, Shannon.
Yes.
Love and blessings to FFG and Ollie. And everybody else that's just come after recently. Keep going, S-Jam, and don't worry about what she says about your skinny queen. Thank you. And thank you, Monty, panel, and chat.
Yeah, thank you, Natural Ginger. I'll say kudos, the same thing. You know, there's a lot of things that have happened to a lot of people. You know, nobody's perfect, and we try our best, or we hope to try our best. Some people don't, aka Foodie Beauty. And, you know, it's just really vile what she did to Shannon, that was trying to be a friend at every level to her, trying to get her away from a bad person, wanting to really, get back to their friendship that they had for decades. And she thought she had fixed everything, and then she gets this vileness from Foodie Beauty just airing out her business. It's just really disgusting. So I wish her the best for Shannon. You know, rest in peace, Ollie. And you know, if you're going through something, hopefully you have somebody that you could speak to. You know, prayers and blessings to you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're strong, Shannon. You can do it, honey.
Yeah,
you're doing everything right. You're doing the right thing. You are on the right track right now. So keep it up. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everyone. Well, I'm out. Thank you so much. Perfectly Imperfect, Eric Proproni, Natural Ginger. I think we had Farida as well. Mino. And I think we had, was it Tracy? Marcy. Yes. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. And I will be back later for more stuff. So, you know, if I don't see you, I'll see you another day. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.